Bob, this is a big question today. The historically well-renowned touch the toes stretch has
Right,
been very popular over the years.
right.
It's been very popular in the yoga world, known as the fold. But we really have some information that you need to know about this
We
particular
have some
stretch.
concerns, I'd
Yes,
say.
exactly
Yeah,
right. We're going to get into it in detail.
check it out.
Bob and Brad, the two most famous physical therapists on the internet.
Okay, Bob, I'm even going to go one step forward because this motion, touching your toes, is the same as this motion where maybe a lot of people remember this in gym class, or it's even been done for a lot of studies in the therapy world,
Right,
is the long sit and then reach forward, what you're trying to reach towards your toes, and that would be measured and be used as data to
right,
figure out how flexible people were in
right.
relationship
Looking
to
at
other
the
people.
hamstring and their back.
Exactly.
Right,
Now that particular movement fits in the touching the toes as well. So
right.
we're going to talk about, so those two are interrelatable. Let's talk about some really good things that
The
this,
benefits
the
of doing
benefits, and then we're going to talk about the not
the negative,
the negative benefits,
not benefits.
the not benefits. I'm working good today.
All right.
Number one,
It's going to stretch the hamstring muscles.
there's no doubt about that. It kind of does make a difference on if you hip hinge or not, which we'll talk about. But hamstring flexibility, it will help. Number two, stretches the
The
back muscles.
and especially the fascia.
Right, which is all part of pain as well. If we have more flexible fascia, things are better in general.
Right.
Number three, Bob.
We want to improve the hip flexion flexibility.
Right. In other words,
So-
bringing the knees to the chest or doing this, flexing the hip is good. And number four, as far as I did a little
You
research,
read up on this.
a little bit on yoga to find out their perspective of it. One
Right.
thing I found is not only it's going to help the range of motion, and I know they talk about proper biomechanics, hip hinge,
Right.
and not
Doing it right.
rounding the back, but hip hinging. If you do it properly, it soothes the nervous system,
Right.
is the claim, as well as stimulates internal organs and the pelvic floor, which
Are probably all good things.
exactly right. It's all going to make you feel better.
Well, let's go to the problem now, Brad.
Yeah, and this is a big problem.
It is a big problem.
When you
I think it takes away the benefits, unfortunately.
right, and if you can hip hinge properly or arch the back and flex forward. Now, when I do that, I'm not real flexible when I do it this way, and I've got a back issue that limits me. This is about as far as I'm going to go. You know, I can't go chest to knees. And if I
Right.
cheat and I round my back, and which a lot of people will do if they're not very familiar with their body posture, that puts a lot of stress on.
Right,
on the
disc.
disc.
And the problem with that, if you do it in a prolonged fashion, you can actually herniate your disc.
Mhm.
So,
For example, let's say you've had low back pain and then you start doing the touching the toes because you want to stretch your back muscles out, which might make sense. But if you do have a herniated disc in the makes,
Right.
it's early phases, and you hold this for that,
that may push you over the edge.
yep, that may help that
It may
herniation.
make the disc bulge.
Yep.
It may make it herniate.
And it's going to be worse.
Right.
And that's our biggest concern now.
Dr. Stuart McGill, who's out of Canada, he's probably one of the world renowned physicians on back pain.
Yep, he's done.
A
He's wrote
PhD, I should say.
books on it, and he's done
Right.
a
He studied
lot
it
of
for
work.
30 years.
Yeah.
I mean, and he does not recommend this stretch.
Exactly right. And like I said, even if the body mechanics are, if you do it right, and I think this is the argument that
I think there's
yoga
people that are
have.
hypermobile that can do it right,
Yep.
but the vast majority of people, Brad, I would say cannot do it right. I mean, they're going to round
Yeah.
out.
I've seen people in pictures do the fold, the yoga
Right.
fold, and their back is
Impressive,
pretty straight. It is.
impressive.
I'm very impressed because their back looks straight and they're folded over and very flexible.
How many people do you know like that? I mean, I know
I-
very
I
few.
know we're getting the yoga people are already getting
All
mad at
right,
us,
all right.
but that's all right. So again, here's some alternatives that I know Stuart McGill would recommend, as well as that
Right.
will
And
eliminate
I
that.
also don't want you even trying this if a history of back pain.
Yeah,
The one-
particularly if you got back pain with pain down your leg.
All right, a good one just to get a little mobility in the back is just the cat camel. So you can arch up like a cat and then you hump down like a camel.
We don't know if it's the cat, the camel, or the cow, or the horse,
The
whatever.
dog,
But
whatever it
do
is.
this motion, and this is one that Stuart McGill highly recommends.
Right. I think everybody does, Brad. I
Yeah.
mean, it's really good one for the fascia. It's good for the muscles. It's a good way to get mobility generally overall.
Now, if you want to get more flexibility in your hips and your hamstrings, I'm going to show it from a lying down position. And you could do this in your bed. It's probably better on a firm surface, a carpeted floor. And it's simply for the hips. If you just do one knee to the chest, you can hold that for 15, 20 seconds, or go right and left.
Yep.
If you want to get both and you get a little stretch into that low back, and do the double knees to chest, as long as it doesn't bother your back,
Right.
feels good.
Doesn't irritate it.
Yeah. So, if you have a history of low back pain or a disc problem with sciatica, I would probably avoid that particular one and just do the single knee. And finally, hamstring stretch. This is a great way to do a hamstring stretch. Just put your hands like so in this position, and there we're getting.
That's kind of an active stretch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh,
Now, Brad can also show a passive hamstring stretch
well, I'm going to show
with the strap.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
use a belt, just a regular belt with
Right.
a loop on it, and you put it on your foot, and it just makes it easier. The big advantage of the strap is you actually have these extra loops, so you don't have to grab it. It makes it a lot easier. And now I can feel a stretch, and I can relax this leg a little easier, better stretch. And I'll actually get the hip, and I'll go over this way too. Bob, was there any other hamstring stretches we should go over? There's a lot of different ways to stretch your hamstrings, but this is a good
Well,
one.
you could do it standing. I mean,
Sure.
You put your foot up
Yeah.
on an object.
Yeah. Now, this particular way really isolates the back. So
Again, you got to
hurt the
work on
back.
keeping the back straight while you're doing it.
Yeah. So this, not this, but this. And this is for the more mobile people who've maybe not had so much, if
Right.
they have not had a history of back pain, I would do that. Okay, Bob.
Remember back to the days when you could kick this high, Brad?
Yeah, back when I used to be a
Martial art
I
expert.
was in the karate. Yeah, absolutely. So very good. So we're recommending touching your toes. Probably not such a good
No,
idea. There are
unless
other
you're
ways to work it.
hypermobile and know what you're doing.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
We love you, yoga people.
They hate us, Bob.